Cancorla, I wish to oppose the proposal A17, the arrangements for that, and I want to do so for the following reasons. Firstly, the item is entitled Statements on Banking. Statements on banking is not an adequate proposal to deal with the issues which must now be discussed in the House. It's not possible to separate the issue of banking from the wider issue of the state's finances and the general economic situation. And as I understand it, the Minister for Finance's meetings of the Eurozone ministers and at ECOFIN were dealing with a wider range of matters than just the issue of banking. And I'll return to that point in a moment. The second reason that I'm opposing it at Cancorla is that, of course, the amount of time that is being provided for this is just 95 minutes. 95 minutes is not an adequate proposal in circumstances where this country is being humiliated by the way in which the government has been dealing with the financial situation and in its dealings with international institutions. Thirdly, the arrangements are not adequate because of the information which has now been provided to the public this morning by the Governor of the Central Bank, information that the Taoiseach pointedly refused to provide to the House yesterday. The Governor of the Central Bank told the Irish people this morning that what is under discussions with the IMF, the European Central Bank and the European Commission is a multi-billion euro loan for Ireland. Now, when I asked the Taoiseach yesterday about what the object of the talks were and discussions and what was being discussed, and
we're going to have statements and Q&A later, and all these points can be made at that stage.
No, they can't.
All these points can be made at that time.
No, I can't call it that. That is the very point, you see. They can't be made. The reason they can't be made is that the government's proposal is for statements on banking. And I'm explaining to you, Cancorla, that is not an adequate proposal to deal with the matters which must now be discussed. And the Governor of the Central Bank this morning has, in his statement, has widened that.
Deputy Gilmore, we're dealing with the proposal for the order of business here. Yes. We're dealing with it. And you're attempting to broaden the discussion. And we cannot have second stage type contributions on this matter or an expanded matter on the order of business.
No, Cancorla, I am entitled to oppose the order of business. Yeah. And I am entitled.
Must be brief, as per Standing Order 26.
I am entitled to Cancorla to give my reasons for opposing the order of business and the proposal before us. And one of the reasons is, if you bear with me, is that the proposal that the government has before us is not adequate to deal with the issue which now must be dealt with. The Governor of the Central Bank this morning told us what the Taoiseach has refused to tell us for the last week, which is that the government are negotiating a multi-billion euro loan. Now, I want clarification from the Taoiseach as to, first of all, if she will confirm.
These questions can be posed at the Q&A session. The Minister of Finance will be taking them.
Cancorla, can I ask you, Cancorla, can you tell me what standing order you're relying on to interrupt me? Well, 26 quite clearly asserts my right to explain why I'm opposing.
Have a right to make a brief statement, but not to have a second stage.
And you have interrupted me.
Contribution on standing or on the order of business.
You have interrupted me. You have interrupted me now, Cancorla.
No, I'm endeavouring to ensure that we maintain order in the chamber, and all I'm asking is for your cooperation.
Am I being disorderly?
No, I'm just asking for your cooperation in the matter. Let's move on with the business.
I'm not the one.
We're on the order of business, and we wish to move on to take a decision on this proposal.
Cancorla, I'm not the one doing the interrupting. I am simply explaining my reasons.
The chair doesn't interrupt. The chair intervenes.
Right. Corla, with the greatest of respect, and I don't want to get into to a row with you on this, Count Corla, but with the greatest of respect to Count Corla, your interventions, as you call them, are not helping either order in the House, in here, or respect for the House out there. Now, please let me explain the reasons why I'm opposing the order of business. The country is in a very serious state of affairs. We have people from international institutions over in the Department of Finance told by the Governor of the Central Bank this morning that they're negotiating a multi-billion euro loan. I want an opportunity, and my party wants an opportunity, to discuss these matters in the House here today, and to do it adequately, and to hear from the government. First of all, if it is the case, as the Governor of the Central Bank says, that a multi-billion euro loan is being negotiated, and secondly, if that is the case, I want to know what are the conditions that the government are negotiating with respect to that loan, and what implications those conditions will have for public and budgetary policy here in this country. And we won't be able to do that, Count Corla, with a statement solely on banking, which is confined to 95 minutes, and that's not taking account of the number of interventions that you no doubt will make during the course of the debate yourself.